Youth sector activities provide somewhere to go, something to do, and someone to talk to. They're an essential service for young people, and especially vulnerable young people. But in light of COVID-19, we must follow guidance to ensure the safety of young people, youth leaders and volunteers. The National Youth Agency is the professional, statutory and regulatory body for youth work. We've developed the guidance in this video to help you manage youth sector activities while COVID-19 is present in England. It should be used as a guide to inform local decision-making. If your group is affiliated with a national association, please check with them regarding additional safeguards and requirements. The NYA sets a readiness level in line with government requirements. There are 4 levels, which determine the types and amounts of youth sector activity permitted. The readiness level is published on the NYA website. You should monitor it weekly. As the readiness level decreases, then more youth sector activity will be recommended. If it increases, then youth sector activity needs to reduce in line with the framework. Before changing your activities in line with the readiness level, you must review, amend and update your action plan and risk assessments. The readiness framework applies only to England. If the readiness level is red, online and digital youth services are permitted. Detached local youth activities and one-to-one sessions with high-need young people are permitted, but outdoors only. If the readiness level is amber, online and digital youth services are permitted. Detached local youth activities are permitted where they're consistent with social distancing guidelines. One-to-one sessions with young people are permitted indoors. Small group sessions that are consistent with social distancing guidelines are also permitted indoors. If the readiness level is yellow, indoor group work sessions are permitted. This includes multiple one-to-one sessions or multiple group work sessions. Outdoor learning trips and visits are also permitted. All activities must be consistent with social distancing guidelines. If the readiness level is green, all services can open as per normal yearly operations. Overnight trips and visits are permitted. International travel is also permitted, within Foreign and Commonwealth Office guidance. All providers of youth sector activities must complete a COVID-19 action plan, which will include a risk assessment and consider wider policies including safeguarding. Your risk assessment should consider the risks posed by COVID-19 at your location, whether that's a faith or community centre, a youth centre or an outdoor space. Social distancing must be maintained at all times, including when arriving and departing or travelling between locations. Where it isn't possible, consider whether that activity needs to continue in order for you to operate. Consider other actions to mitigate the risks, such as keeping activity time as short as possible, using screens or barriers to separate people from each other. Use back-to-back or side-to-side working instead of face-to-face. Use fixed teams or partnering to reduce the numbers of people each person has contact with. Put up posters to remind everyone of the need for social distancing at all times. Ensure any site used for youth activities is clean prior to restarting. Consider frequent cleaning of work areas and equipment, especially objects that are regularly touched, such as kitchens, sports and ICT equipment. Provide hand-washing facilities or hand sanitizer at entry and exit points. And put up signs and posters to encourage regular hand-washing using the correct technique. Additional PPE beyond what you usually wear is not considered beneficial, although using a face covering could help to protect others. Ensure you're aware of young people and trusted adults who have an increased risk from COVID-19. You may need to take steps to ensure equality of access provision for young people who are shielding or at increased risk. Clinically vulnerable young people should be offered the safest activities that enable them to maintain the correct social distance from others. Clinically vulnerable workers should be deployed to alternative duties. Attention should also be paid to those who live with extremely vulnerable individuals. It is essential that all staff, young people and visitors, are given training to understand the COVID-19 safety procedures that have been put in place. In summary, to manage youth sector activities while COVID-19 is present in England, you need to 1. Read the guidance. 2. Talk to your staff, young people and community. 3. Develop an action plan. 4. Keep your risk assessment under review. 5. Stay safe.